Gaurangi, Radhi Vrindavaneshwari, Vrindavananusuti Devi, Vrinavani Hari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Sri Prahlada Uvacha, Kaumara Acharit Prajna Dharmana Bhagavatani Ha, Durlavang Manasanga Janma, Tadapi Adhruvam Arthadam. Today I shall speak before you the conversation of Prahlad Maharaj and his class fellows. Prahlad Maharaj, when he was grown-up young man, he was a big emperor. But when he was a child, from the very beginning of his life, he was a great devotee. And his father was a great atheist. So, the child was taught about the Bhagavad Dharma, or Bhagavad Dharma means dealings with the personality of God. There are many kinds of dealings. So, when our dealings are with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that is called Bhagavad Dharma. Bhagavad means from the word Bhagavan. Bhagavan means the person who has got all the six opulences in full. He is called Bhagavan or God. In most scriptures of the world, there is idea of God, but actually there is no definition of God. But in the Srimad Bhagavatam, because it is science of God, there is definition. What do you mean by God? The definition is that one person who has got six opulences in full, he is God. What are the six opulences? Aishwarya. Aishwarya means wealth. And samagras. Aishwaryasya samagrasya. Complete wealth. Complete wealth means just like we are sitting here, say 25 or 50 men, everyone has got some wealth in bank balance. But if someone of us can exceed the bank balance of every one of us, he is called Samagra. Now, try to understand what is the definition of God. Now, there are many rich men, not only here in your country, in other countries also. So, take the whole world as a whole, and if you scrutinize who is the richest man, you will hardly find one who is the richest of all. There is a competitor, another. But here the definition is the richest. Nobody can compete with the richest. Then, Aishwaryasya samagrasya bijasya. Bijasya means strength. You have got some strength, I have got some strength. But another man may be stronger than you and me. Another man is stronger than he. So, nobody can say that I am the strongest. And nobody can say I am the richest. So So Aisajyasya samagrasya bijasya jasasa. Jasasa means fame. Everyone, we are hankering after, every one of us, name, fame, labh, puja, pratishtha. This materialistic life means we want some profit, we want some fame, and we want some good name. If I see that my name is stamped in the history, I think, my life is successful. But what is this history? Your name means your body, your photo of this body. But as soon as you leave this body, what you will do with this name? You are going to another body, another name. So, Aisajyasya samagrasya bijasya. Bijasya means strength. So, one should have the complete power of riches, complete power of strength, complete fame, Aisajyasya samagrasya bijasya jasasa sriya, and complete beauty, and jnana, complete knowledge, and vairagya, complete renouncement. If you can find out somebody that nobody is richer than him, nobody is more famous than him, nobody is stronger than him, nobody is wiser than him, nobody is more beautiful than him, and nobody is more renouncer than him, when these six opulences will find without any competition, that is God. This is the definition of God. So, everything should be understood very distinctly. What do we mean by God? Not that a third-class man comes and he proclaims himself, I am God. This is our foolishness. Why shall I accept a third-class man as God? At the present moment, everyone is very much anxious to become God, and cheaply. And there are so many so-called Swamis, they are coming and they are preaching that you are God, I am God. Then who is dog? Everyone is God. Now, therefore, you will find in the Vedic literature definition of God. Here is definition. Just apply this definition. If you find somebody that he is corroborating with the definition of God, then he is God. Otherwise, it's a nonsense. God is not so cheap thing. You find out a person that nobody can be found richer than him, nobody can be found stronger than him, nobody can be found more famous than him, or beautiful than him, or wiser than him, or renouncer than him. So, these analysis, this definition, analytical study of God is very nicely made by these sages, ancient sages of India, Bharatvarsha, and they have studied the qualification of the demigods, just like the sun god, the moon god, the heavenly god, this god, that god. There are so many. You are also God, I am also God, in this sense that every one of us has got little these opulences. Everyone, you have got some wealth. It is not that you have no wealth, but you cannot claim that you are the wealthiest. That is not possible. And you have got also some strength, you have got also some fame, you have got also some beauty, you have got some also wisdom, you have got also some renunciation. little, because we are part and parcel of the Supreme. Therefore, all the qualities of God can be found in each and every living entity in minute quantity. So you can claim that you are also minute God, but you cannot claim that you are Supreme God. This is the definition of God. So, the science of God, or our relationship with God and our dealings with God, is called Bhagavad Dharma. Occupation with God, dealings with God. So this is what the Bhagavatam means, how we can learn. First of all, we have to understand what is God, what I am, what is my relationship with God, and as soon as the relationship is established, then there is dealings, and as soon as there is dealing, then there is some profit. There must be some profit. Just like a businessman, another businessman, they first of all make some connection. That you are supplier, I am to say, what is called? Receiver. Because a businessman, one businessman sells, another businessman purchases. So you are purchaser, I am seller. So our agreement is made that I shall supply you, you shall purchase. This is called relationship. In every dealings, we must have first of all the relationship. Then when there is a relationship established, then next stage is to deal according to the relationship. And when the dealing is perfect, then we get the desired result. Either in business field or in other relationship, friend and friend, wife and husband, master and servant, father and son, you can accept any form of relationship, there must be a standard of dealing and there must be a result out of that. This is called Bhagavad. After you must know what is your position, you must know what is God, and you must know what is your relationship with God, then you must deal with God in that way, then you get the desired result. This is perfection of life. It is called Bhagavad Dharma. So what is our relationship with God? As I have already explained, that the 6 opulences are there in God in full. And the same 6 opulences are in me, but in particle. Just like the ocean, water, it contains tons, millions of tons salt. Ocean water, salt. You take a drop of ocean water, you analyze, you will find a grain of salt also. The salt is there also. Similarly, as it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita, what is our relationship? Relationship is Mamaivangsa Jiva Bhuta Jiva Loke Sanatana Manas Sasthani Indriyani Prakritisthani Karsana. Krishna says that all the living entities, they are my part and parcel. But Manas Sasthani Indriyani, due to their contaminated mind, they are struggling hard in this material nature. We are struggling very hard. As part and parcel, just like this hand is part and parcel of my body. So what is the real function of the hand? It must always remain attached with this body. Then it is in healthy condition. If the hand is cut off from this body. You may call that it is Swamiji's hand, you may call it, but it has no use. So long this hand is attached with my body, if there is some pain, I can spend thousands of dollars to relieve that pain. The same hand, when it is cut off from the body, if you trample with your legs my hand, I don't care for it. Similarly, we living entities, we are also part and parcel of God. But because we have separated ourselves, our relationship with God, therefore we are being trampled down by the materialistic laws. The material laws always pinching so many miseries. But we have become so full that we do not realize that this is a platform where simply miseries are being experienced. That is called Maya. We are always in miseries. But if I ask you or you ask me, how are you? I will say, it is very nice. What is very nice? We are sitting here, the heat is so extensive, everyone is feeling inconvenience. But if you ask me, Swamiji, how are you? I will say, it is very nice. This is called Maya. We are always under some tribulation. Always. Either now it is very hot, it is warm, and after a few months it will be too cold. So either you are in cold or you are in heat. So these are miseries. If not heat and cold, it is all right, atmosphere, or there is something mental misery, or if there is no mental misery, or there is some bodily misery. If there is no mental misery, bodily misery, or natural misery, then somebody must, at least there is mosquito misery, the bug misery. So if you analyze your life, it is full of miseries, full of miseries. Therefore, we are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, but because we have separated ourselves from God, because we are speaking of God, very few people are interested. This Swamiji is speaking of God. God is dead. This is nonsense. You are living, everyone is living, simply God has died. This philosophy is going on. Therefore, Bhagavad Dharma, one has to study from the very beginning of life. Otherwise, we shall learn this philosophy that God is dead. So, Prahlad Maharaj says, Kaumaro acharit prantya dharman bhagavatanya. This occupation of dealings with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan, should be learnt from the very beginning of life. Just like one of our students' son, Eric, he is always with his father and he is learning Bhagavad Dharma. He is also bowing down, seeing his father and other god brothers of his father. So he is learning. We also learnt in that way in our childhood. So from the very childhood, one should be taught what is Bhagavad Dharma. Otherwise, there will be unwanted population and the world will become a hell, just like at the present moment we practically experience. Everywhere there is discontentment, there is scarcity. Just like from India, we thought that when I go to America and other Western countries, I see that every man is very rich man and every man has got a very nice apartment and enjoying life. But actually, when I come here, I see there are many poor men, there are many miserable men here also. Only